Welcome to Crypto 10 Digest. So, today's one of those days, huh? A red day, a bear day, everything's down, again, and you're probably wondering, is this it? Should I just sell and move on? But hold on, before you do anything, just pause for a second. Because in this video, I'm gonna show you why this could actually be the beginning of something much bigger. I've been looking deep into the charts, and yeah, the price is bleeding, but the signals? They're not lying. First, we're gonna talk about something big, altcoin season. It might be right around the corner. Then we'll break down some critical price action. Are we seeing the first signs of a breakout across major altcoins? And after that, I'll show you which coins are worth watching right now. Not just any coins, but the ones that might lead the next rally. Oh, and one more thing. Whales, they're playing their games. They want you to panic, sell your bags, and give up, so they can load up cheap. It's classic, and yeah, a lot of people are falling for it.
Right?
You've probably seen Hoskinson talk about how this cycle feels different. Maybe he's right, maybe not. Charles Hoskinson shared in the video. Hey, a lot of folks ask me, is the 4-year cycle still intact? Honestly, I don't think so anymore.
No, it's a different cycle. It's something different going on. And I don't even think we're close to the peak of the bull market. People have gotten so pessimistic and cynical that
this market is evolving, expanding. It's not just Bitcoin having in a loop. What we're seeing now, I call it the Gigachad bull run. If you're waiting for the old script to unfold again, you might be missing the biggest bull market ever. I will put the reference link at the end of the video for you to check out more.
they're like, oh, the market's dead and we ballooned. It's like, dude, clarity's not even passed yet. When clarity gets passed, the bag 7 are going to enter the cryptocurrency space. You're going to have stable coins go above 1 to 2 trillion in issuance. You're going to have real world assets come in. The total market cap aggregate is going to be over 10 trillion. And so I call this the...
But charts don't lie. They're a mirror of the market's emotion, a reflection of real demand. So instead of listening to all the noise, let's focus on what actually matters, price action. And right now, it's telling us a story that the headlines aren't. Market makers are creating confusion, pushing fear, clouding your vision. But if you've been following me for a while, you know one thing. Patience isn't optional. It's essential. This game, it's not easy. It tests your emotions, your discipline, your capital. So yeah, price might drop more. But if you're smart, if you're prepared, there's always opportunity. Let's break it all down, starting with, is alt season really coming? Or is this just another fake out? Alright, let's get into the charts, because that's where the real story is. Alright, let's zoom in a little. What's going on, technically, with altcoins right now? Alright, let's take a closer look. What's really going on, technically, with crypto right now? Bitcoin today, down almost 2%. Ethereum, it's taking a harder hit, down over 4% in just 24 hours. Solana, man, nearly 14% down this week. So yeah, it looks rough. But wait, take a breath, zoom out, I mean really zoom out. Let's look at the 30-day and 60-day charts. Bitcoin, kinda flat, small growth here and there, but mostly sideways. Not exciting, but not crashing either. And altcoins? That's where it gets interesting. Top altcoins, the strong ones, they've actually shown solid growth over the past month or two. Yes, the daily charts look messy. Yes, the short term is full of noise. But long term, we're still climbing. So don't let a few red candles mess with your mindset. You gotta think long term. If you panic every time the market moves sideways, you'll miss the bigger picture. Sideways action? It's not a failure, it's a setup. A cool down, a recharge. Markets need these resets. Every big breakout starts with a slow grind. And every strong uptrend needs a foundation. So yeah, this might not be the breakout yet. But the pieces? They're lining up. Volumes low, RSI dipping, dominance pulling back. It's pressure building. The smart money? It's watching and waiting. So what should you do? Stay calm, zoom out, watch the trend, not the noise. because when the breakout comes, it's gonna move fast. And if you're not ready, you'll just be chasing green candles. Alright, let's dive into the macro chart analysis. Zoom out a little, and you'll start to see the big picture. Because sometimes, it's not about the next candle, it's about the entire trend. So yeah, let's take a step back, and really look at where we're heading. Most investors and experts, they expect the Fed won't start cutting rates until September 2025 at the earliest. Based on futures contracts data, there's about a 65 to 70% chance of a 25 basis point cut in September. The US dollar is beginning to weaken, thanks to ramped up domestic production for exports, and falling confidence in rate hikes. Cheaper money will look for riskier assets, and vice versa. The DXY index, it's been climbing since the start of the week, which partly explains gold's strength, and crypto's recent dip. DXY has been testing resistance around 100 to 102. But today, we saw a strong red candle on DXY. Soon enough, crypto is likely to bounce back. So, the support zone for DXY, it's around 88 to 90. You get what I'm saying, right? Honestly, I want to hear what you think about this. Drop a comment, okay? There's still quite some room for DXY to drop. Heck, it might even break through that support, especially if policies keep pushing the dollar, and the market gets more stimulus. So, what's going on with the total crypto market cap? Well, over the past 24 hours, it's pulled back a bit. About 6 to 7%. Yeah, just a healthy correction after a pretty wild rally. We're not seeing panic, just some quick profit taking. That's normal. Zooming out to the past 7 days, it's actually up, roughly 3 to 5% higher. Altcoins? They're catching a bit of fire. Bitcoin dominance is slipping, which could mean a mini alt season. Now, over the past month, wow, the market added nearly $1 trillion. Thanks to the US passing the Genius Act, and yeah, institutions finally stepping in hard. We're talking BlackRock, Fidelity, JP Morgan, all of them making bold moves. Going back 60 days, the trend gets even clearer. From around 2.9 trillion up to almost 4 trillion. That's like 30 to 35% growth. Momentum is building, not just hype, but strong fundamentals. And if we pull back to the last 90 days, man, the recovery is real. Market cap's up more than 50% since May. Altcoins, layer 2s, AI tokens, they're leading the charge. So yeah, we might not be at the blow-off top yet. But this market, it's heating up, and it's getting harder to ignore. Alright, let's talk about BTC Dominance, BTC, Right now, it's sitting right around 61%. Not too high, not too low, just kinda stuck there. And if you zoom out a bit, it's actually down around 0.5% over the last 30 days. So yeah, it's been sliding, just a little. Now, why should you care? Because when BTC stays around 61% like this, it's usually a sign that, well, capital is starting to move into altcoins. Think about it, if Bitcoin dominance starts breaking below 60%, that could be huge. It could spark some serious momentum across ETH, SOL, and other altcoins. But, if BTC bounces back to 65 or even 67%, it probably means Bitcoin's taking over again, and altcoins might need to cool off for a bit. So, yeah, 60 to 62%. That's the range to watch right now. We're right at a tipping point. And if that dominance breaks down, alt season might just be around the corner. So, the ETH to BTC ratio, let's break it down. Right now, 1 ETH buys about 0.031 BTC. That's actually up nearly 60% over the last 30 days, a significant outperformance by ETH. However, in the past 24 hours, it's eased slightly, down around 0.4%. Still, that long-term strength stands out. Here's why it matters. When ETH BTC climbs like this, it means Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin. And right now, that's exactly what's happening. If the ratio breaks higher, especially above recent resistance levels, it's a signal. altcoins, led by ETH, could start running. But if ETH BTC reverses, and BTC Dominance returns, Bitcoin might reclaim the spotlight. That would likely mean altcoins cool off again. So yeah, this pair is telling us a story. Ethereum gaining ground, Bitcoin holding firm, but the momentum tilt is on Ethereum's side, at least for now. So, looking at the weekly candle for ETH compared to BTC, we see a really strong bullish candle, seriously impressive. The upward momentum is clearly forming, it's easy to spot. ETH is pushing the price steadily and confidently. Right now, there's a major resistance zone between 0.16 and 0.20. It's a tough zone, tested many times before. ETH has already tested this zone, which boosts investor confidence. Honestly, it really feels like ETH could outperform BTC in the near future. This isn't just short-term noise, it's real long-term potential. Alright, so, Bitcoin right now? It's got a strong support zone, somewhere around $102,000, based on the Fibonacci levels, and up to about $108,000, if you're looking at the daily candle chart. Now, according to Elliott wave theory, we might already be in the final leg, the last push of this bullish wave. And you know what that usually means, right? Yeah, the big moves could be done for Bitcoin. So where does the money go next? Chances are, it starts flowing into altcoins. That shift could kickstart an alt season. And hey, if we go back to Fibonacci projections, the potential peak for this cycle? It's somewhere in the range of $150,000 to $180,000 for BTC. Pretty wild to think about, huh? So here's the deal with ETH right now. There's a major resistance zone, right around $4,000. And the closest support? That's down near $2,900. But listen, if ETH breaks above $4,200, man, you're gonna see it skyrocket. Like, seriously, it could move fast and hard. And you know what I believe? The ETH ETF, it's not just a catalyst. It's gonna lead the way. It'll be the spark that lights up all the altcoins. Trust me on this. ETH is about to show us something big. Alright, let's talk about Sol. It's right at a key support level, yeah, that zone where buyers usually step in. And from what I'm seeing, it's not just holding, it's getting ready to bounce. XRP, huh? So, if we're following the Fibonacci levels, yeah, those key retracement zones, then there's a real chance. It could drop down to around 2.70, maybe even 2.50, if things keep cooling off. That doesn't mean the long-term story is broken, but in the short term, yeah, we might see some pressure. Alright, here's what's going on with Doge and Sol right now. Dogecoin is trading around 19 cents, down about 6% in the last 24 hours, finding support just below 19 cents, a level that's held steady recently. Changely.com. And Solana, it's around $160 to $161, currently sitting near strong support at $158 to $160. If that zone holds, buyers could step back in soon. Invest, +9, TradingView, +9, Coin Central, +9. Both Doge and Sol are right at technical support zones where they've bounced before. That gives us reason to believe they could soon bounce back strongly. So, keep an eye on this. Both Doge and SOL, ready to pop if support continues to hold. So, ADA right now? Yeah, it's got a solid support zone, right around 60 cents to 70 cents, based on Fibonacci levels. It's a zone that buyers have defended before, and honestly, if ADA holds this range, we could see a really healthy rebound. Watch that zone carefully, it might just be the foundation for ADA's next leg up. Alright, so here's the thing. If you're still just watching, waiting for some kind of perfect signal, you're already late. The market's heating up, altcoins are starting to show signs of life, and Bitcoin, well, it might be entering the final leg of its run. So what's the strategy? You prepare your bags now. You set your targets. You get your portfolio balanced. This isn't the time to sit back. This is the time to act, cautiously, but decisively. Because when the alt season kicks in, you don't want to be the one chasing green candles. You want to be the one already in position. Locked, loaded, ready. If you're not sure where to start, you can totally check out my watch list. I'm keeping a close eye on Layer 2 projects, like Arbitrum, Optimism, and ZKSYNC. Yeah, those are gonna be huge if the ETH ecosystem keeps expanding. And don't sleep on top picks in each crypto sector, like Chainlink in oracles, and Ondo in real-world assets. These aren't just hype coins. These are the narratives the big money is watching. So, stay sharp, stay early. So, what's the takeaway here? Markets move fast. Crypto, even faster. But here's the thing, opportunity doesn't knock twice. It always finds those who are ready. Mentally ready, emotionally ready, and yeah, portfolio ready too. So, are you prepared? Because the next big move? It's coming, whether you're ready or not. So, what do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your take on it.